Hey budget nerds, welcome to my channel. On my channel, I make videos, and then I post them. Today's video is all about this particular endoscope that Oiiwak, not sure, sent over. Let's see if it's any good. With the dozens upon dozens of product review offers that I get each month, I thought an endoscope was an interesting choice, and something I haven't done on this channel before. Endoscopes are great for looking at things in tight or small spaces, like pipes, drains, engine bays, or if you're Sam Fisher, looking under doors. This one currently will set you back $115 with the coupon, and is totally made in China, like so much these days. In the box you get the manual. It's not bad actually. And here are some specs for you nerds. Here is the endoscope itself. It's about the size of a standard cell phone with a really thick case. On the bottom you get the camera swap button, settings button, OK button to select things. This button will flip the image 180 degrees, or in other words, upside down. And this button will take a picture or a video if you hold it. On the side, you have the power switch and the SD card slot. It's pretty cool that it comes with a 32GB SD card. On the other side, you get a dial to adjust the LED brightness. In the box, you also get a USB-C cable and these two adapters. One has a hook and the other has a magnet. You can screw them onto the end of the camera and use them to fish things from tight spaces. It's actually pretty cool. Switching it on, it takes a few seconds to load and then you're in. The cable is about 56 inches long, so you're not going to reach anything too far. One thing I quickly learned is the cable is sort of stiff and hard to manipulate. It makes sense. You want it to be somewhat stiff to make it to where you want to stuff it, but it can be a pain to rotate it and bend it to get it to where you want to go. Necessary evil, I guess. You can press the camera swap button, which will switch it to its side camera. In the settings, you only get a few options to change the resolution, language, brightness, to format the SD card, and view other stats. There's not much here. And since the buttons are large, and because it looks like a phone, and you hold it like a phone, I tried to touch the screen to change these settings like I would on a phone, but it's not a touchscreen. You have to use the buttons to navigate, and it wasn't very intuitive. The camera on the end, they claim, is smaller than most endoscopes, and that's hard to verify for me. I don't have others to compare it to, but it is pretty small. The lights do get pretty bright, and I like that you can adjust it on the fly with the wheel on the right side of the screen. And it's also nice that it's right where your thumb is. There is one strange spot when adjusting the light. It goes from average brightness to super brightness mode. It just sort of jumps between the two when adjusting the brightness. It would appear you're supposed to hold the endoscope screen in portrait orientation. All the writing dictates you use it this way. The buttons you would hit with your thumb are best used in portrait, and we already mentioned the brightness wheel for your thumb. They even show it being held this way on their Amazon listing. However, when it records video, it records them in landscape. You could always rotate it in your favorite video editing software, but then you have those terrible black bars on the sides, like those lunatics that record with their phones without turning them sideways. Don't know, not a huge deal, but it bothers me to my core. Well, anyway, let's see if this endoscope is any good at being an actual endoscope. I'm happy to report that it's not too bad. It totally works, and it gets the job done. The light is bright enough, and while the cable is a pain, with a bit of patience, you can get it to where you need it to go. The camera quality is okay, certainly good enough to get most jobs done, but I noticed if you weren't close enough, the image would be a bit out of focus. The The screen on the unit is alright. It doesn't have to be anything special, and it certainly isn't. But it also gets the job done. It's nice that it's built in. Unless you drop it and break it, then all of your endoscope is toast. The pictures, they claim, are crisp. And that's a bit of a stretch. The pictures are acceptable, but I wouldn't call them crisp. Since you won't be taking family pictures with this, we can let it slide. The fact that you can take pictures and video with this unit is pretty cool, though. They say it's waterproof, and my guess is that it's just the camera end that is. The screen unit may not be. The attachments to grab your keys or other objects works pretty well. They screw on, and the magnet is actually strong enough to grab my keys. Neat. For a little side project of mine, I'm putting racing stripes on my Mustang, and I needed to pull out these windshield wiper nozzles to put the stripes on the hood. I couldn't really see under this black fabric stuff to see how to get the nozzles off, and the endoscope actually made it pretty easy. I was able to see what the connector looked like, where it clipped to the hood, where the hose was connected, and how it was connected. It was actually helpful, and that's when this thing came together for me. All in all, this isn't a flawless product. It certainly has its quirks. However, mixed in with those quirks are some pretty neat features. As an overall package, it's not bad. If you only need an endoscope to use for occasional projects, or don't need anything high-end, then this one could be a good option. Just do your homework. There's a link below if you want to check it out, and thanks for watching.